If I showed you how easy it was to make gravy, would you make it? Okay, good, because that's what this video is about. We are making white gravy. If you have not seen the video of brown gravy, it's already up. This is white gravy. This is more of what I would use for breakfast, but this is gravy that I would use like with biscuits and sausage. I would use this more for breakfast. So if you want to see how I did it, keep watching. We're going to make white gravy today. So here's what you're going to need. And this is what I use. You can modify, substitute, whatever you want to substitute, but this is what I use when I make white gravy. Butter, chicken bouillon, not required, but definitely recommended. I like fresh cracked black pepper, not required, but highly recommended. Granulated garlic, granulated onion. I like Lawry's seasoned salt, whatever seasoned salt of your choice. I like Worcestershire sauce, whatever you like. You can omit it, but it does add a different layer of flavor to it. Not required, but highly recommended. My fat of choice is going to be butter and bacon grease with a little bit of vegetable oil. Now, I'm using whole dry milk. Whole dry milk. Why? Because I want to keep this cost effective. You could also use heavy cream. You could use dry heavy cream. I want to keep this cost effective. I want to keep the cost low. You can use heavy cream. You can use milk. You can use half and half. You can use all of that, but I'm going to use dry whole milk to show you guys it will be just as good and cost effective. You save more money because heavy cream is, you know, pretty expensive. And I make gravy often. And also you're going to need flour and your water. You can use chicken broth, but I'm using chicken bouillon in place of that. So that's why I'm not using, when you see me make the gravy, I'll add water because I use chicken bouillon in it. So let's get started. Now I'm using my cast iron skillet here. It's preheating on a medium-high heat. And we're going to get started. If you haven't watched the brown gravy video, this video will not make sense to you because I talk about the amounts and the portions in the first video. So if you haven't watched that one, this one won't make sense. I'm not going over that in this video. I just want you to see how I make it because I had a lot of questions. So I figured I'll do a video and just let you see me make it and you hear it. So I would suggest watch the first video and then come back to this one. It'll make more sense. Hear that? I'm just cooking the raw flour taste out. That's all I'm doing. I'm just cooking the raw flour taste out. Now, because it's white gravy, it doesn't have to be too brown, but I like a little color on mine. So, I'm just cooking the raw flour taste out of it. Now you see how I'm letting the even coat come over the stove, right? Now I'm going to add my seasoning because I want the seasoning to be on top of the flour because I told you it'll go from toasted to burned real fast. So I'm sprinkling the seasoning on top of the flour. You see that? Now I season from my heart. So I can't tell you how much to use. You have to judge that by your taste buds. And I can smell it. It's oh my gosh. Okay, so now I'm adding a little chicken bouillon. I showed y'all the seasoning I'm adding. Now with white, you need a ton of, this is fresh cracked black pepper. So it's going to yield a deeper pepper taste. You need a ton of pepper. Right? And also, I'm going to toast this, probably about, I'll say 2 tablespoons of whole milk powder. Now, you can use that to your discretion. You can add the milk powder afterwards, but I like to toast it. See that? See how it's like a lighter brown color? I like to toast my milk. Oh my God, it smells so good. Now that I smell it, and it don't take long. You see that? It does not take long. I'm going to add my liquid. Now, what did I say? Whisk for your life. Keep whisking. Keep whisking. Keep whisking. Now, you see how it's thickening up? That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Because I'm making a lot of gravy, I want to beat out some of the lumps. That's perfectly fine. You see how the lumps are dissipating? That's perfectly fine. Don't panic when it looks like paste. When it looks like this, don't panic. Just add some more water. Just add some more water. See? Guess what? Start whisking again. You can do this. Gravy is not hard. When I tell you whisk for your life, now I'm making a lot more. So guess what? I have to whisk a lot longer. But you see, as I whisk, guess what? If it's still too thick for you, add some more water. Or broth or whatever you use. It's that simple. Like, gravy is not complicated. Once you learn what to do, you can adjust the seasoning, adjust the flavor. You see how the lumps are dissipating? And I want you guys to see this. I didn't want to edit this video. I want you guys to see this. You see how it's come together smooth? It's smooth. I want it a little thinner, so I'm adding more water. Now, the measurements I gave you in the first recipe, I was trying to give you something that you could remember. So that's why I said the 1 to 1 to 1. But I understand that's not ratios, but I was trying to give you guys something that you could remember. So 1 tablespoon of fat, 1 tablespoon of flour, and 1 cup of liquid. Now, see that? So now you just taste it. See how smooth it is? See? Now, I like some weight on my gravy. You see how it coat that spoon? See? That's what you want. Now, I'm just going to taste it, and I'm going to add my... Oh, that's everything right there. I don't need to adjust nothing. I did that one. I don't have to add anything. Now, I'm just going to add my Worcestershire sauce. Like I said, take it from basic to bougie. All you need is a shot. That's it. That's it. You don't need very much. Now, I would use this. You know what? I'm gonna do a different recipe. I'm gonna use this for something you guys would probably never use it for. But I would use this over biscuits. This is more like, for me and my family, it's more like a breakfast gravy. I wouldn't put this over chicken. Now I'm gonna turn the fire off, and your gravy's done. Now, I wanted mine a little thicker because I'm going to do something else to it. Now, if you were putting this over like smothered chicken, if you were baking smothered chicken in the oven, you would want your gravy thick like this because the juice from the gravy is going to thin it out a little more. So that's why I said, however you make your gravy, you can adjust it to the way you want it. But this, I'm going to do another recipe. So stay on the lookout for that with this gravy. But yeah, you can put sausage in this, a little bacon bits if you want to cook some bacon. But I would use this gravy for breakfast. I wouldn't put this gravy over my chicken. Now, if you want it to be whiter, obviously, the Worcestershire sauce will alter the color. Toasting your seasonings will alter the color. You can add a little bit more milk. I like mine with a little color. Let me turn on the light so y'all can really see it. See? Now, if you want it whiter, you could add more milk. Toast the seasoning less. So there's other ways of doing it. But this is the gravy, I guess what y'all call it, white gravy or I call it like breakfast gravy recipe. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.